Hello everybody, welcome. I hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to start working on 2 new pages, and what I'm going to do to begin with is take my stencil and start stenciling on the page just to give it some life in that background. This is just the Tim Holtz Distress ink, and this is his dauber. This is an older ink, and so I have to work a little bit harder to get my ink in there. I should grab my new one, but you can see I still have stuff showing. It's all okay, but I do have to work a little bit harder. Whereas if I put my new one down here, it goes bam fast. So I don't know what I'm putting on this other side, but I know what I want to kind of put on that side. I want to work with a guest check, not a guest check, but a receipt. But this side I don't know, but I know they're right by each other, so I'm just going to go ahead and quickly stencil both pages. Got that put away. What I might also do is a little bit of the edges. Give that a little bit of life as well. Give it a little dimension. Doesn't take a lot of effort, but really kind of makes a nice difference. And I'll do the other side while I'm at it. Just real quick, lookity split. The pages are actually slightly different colored. This one's coffee dyed. This one's just straight from the kit that I printed on. It's a Dear Julie Julie kit. If I turn the other side, I think we'll see something. Yeah, you see the polka dot paper. So it's not, it's brighter because it's just white on the back. But I can just do a little of this and, you know, it's good. All right, I'm going to put my clips back in there just to hold my page down so as I work with it, I can see what I got. What I want to use is this one right here. So I'm going to take my little cutter out after I put my stencils away. You know, it would be probably appropriate for me to wash that stencil each time, but really the only color I use primarily is that vintage photo. And so, yeah, sometimes I just don't think it makes a big difference. If I were to change colors all the time, I think it'd be really important for me to wash that. But since I'm not, I think it's fine. I'm just going to leave it like that. And then when I do go to use it, though, I have to wash it off. Get the browns off if I want to use a blue or something like that. All right, here's my piece. I want to make a little pocket out of it. And so I think I might actually need to, I might want to support it with the paper behind it. Oh, let's see. I think I will. I'll just put a basic paper behind it. Let me grab a little scrap and I'll cut it the exact same size, whatever that size is. I don't really know. But if I line these up, I can just cut right behind it. Cut right along it and it'll be fine. Right about there. And right about there. That'll be good. I'll pull that out so I don't cut over the top of it and make me sad. Okay, so now I've got these papers, and so it's going to be supported a little bit so that when I put stuff in and out of it, it's not going to rip. What I do want right there is a little cutout. So I'm going to hold my papers together. Let me grab a circle punch. Not sure which size I want. I think I want, to be honest, I want a size right in between the two of those. Ouch. Let me see what this does. You can use whatever size you want. I'm just looking for, okay, I'm going to use this size. I'm going to punch kind of, kind of sort of in the middle. So it's got a little punch out now for you can see what I have inside of it. So I'll put these puppies away. All right, now that I have that cut out, I am going to glue it up. I pound on the table like that to cause my glue to come to the tip. It's not always right there at the tip, so that just kind of helps get it along. Okay, I've got that placed nicely. So what I can do, there's some white edges showing, I can go with my scissors, and kind of clip along it. But then I can also just follow up with my Distress ink. I don't know if I need a clip really. It's not that big. Maybe that one right there. Okay, that's good. I'm calling that good. Got a little birdie there. I got a new die. That's where that birdie's from. So this is my new vintage ink. It's juicier than the other one. I'm going to use that so I don't have to pound on it, since this does have glue that could potentially seep out. I'm going to check my edges to make sure I don't have any live glue seeping out, because I don't want to get glue on my dauber. It's still wet and moist in the inside. It hasn't dried yet. But if I do this, I don't have to delay and wait. So then I'm also going to take this and just kind of do a little bit of light distressing on the inside as well, just to doll it up a little. Oops, I did miss this part. I'm going to get that as well. So this is going to go right there. Do I want to put that down right now? One thing that I'm going to use and make also is some... Okay, this is an old shirt I got at the thrift shop. It's a sheer fabric. I don't know if you can see my fingers through it. And I'm going to make washi tape out of it. So I bought it on a day when anything with these red barbs on them were 10 cents. So the shirt cost me only 10 cents, so I don't feel bad cutting it up. It's not something that would fit me or anyone I know. And clearly it didn't even sell at the store, right? That's why they were getting it rid of for 10 cents. So this is perfect. I'm going to make washi tape out of this, and I'll be able to see through it, and then I'll also be able to harvest the buttons and other things on the shirt. And that's another tape. That's another video. Okay, there is my fabric that I'm going to use. And here's some tape. This is just a double-sided tape. I got it at a Hobby Lobby. And they also sell some stuff like this at Tuesday Morning. I know I've bought there too. So it's a double-sided tape. I can bring it up to my fabric. I think I'm going to put it on this edge. And I'm going to put it on my fabric and make sure my fabric's straight. Tear it off. And then I'm going to take my bone folder. You can use whatever, just something with a nice edge. And I'm going to go like that on it. Get it nice and into the fibers of my fabric. Then what I want to do, I'm going to pick up my fabric and I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to just carefully cut right along the line. Can you see that? Right along the line of my tape. Nothing fancy. And then the other side as well. I can feel that I'm actually cutting into my tape a little bit. Oh, my dog's down here complaining that I'm not upstairs with her. She's a little lap dog, a little Yorkie, and she doesn't like to be upstairs by herself. Alright, so there's my tape. It's on there nicely. So what I want to do, I want to place this down, but I want it to have washi tape along it. Little tiny pieces. So what I'm going to do, it's really going to be held in by the glue. It's not going to be held in by the washi tape. So I want to stick stuff in that area, so I'm going to glue right along there in a little C or a U shape, whatever you want to call it. And I don't want a lot, just enough to go right up to the edges. Hopefully not so much that it's seeping through, but I'm known to put too much. And then also what I want to do, I want to grab something and place it in inside just to create a little bit of bulk, so that when I put my tag or whatever inside, it's got a little give to it, so I don't have to fight to get it in. Okay, this glue dries pretty fast, so that should be pretty good. I'll keep on pushing it though if I think. Now I've got my tape. I can cut little snippets of it. Right there. Oh, there goes a paintbrush. And I'm going to put, I I think a little on each side maybe. Oh, maybe I'll edge it. I don't want to cover up the words right there. So maybe I'll do it on both edges like that, corners. Okay. So the one thing that I have found that you have to really work at is actually opening the tape then. You can work a little bit with your fingers, or sometimes I grab my little pointy tool and I see if I can kind of get it in there. Whatever you got to do, just work at it. It'll eventually come. I'm not saying that it's always that easy, but it does come. Gotta have patience. There we go. So see, it's just got tape and fabric, and I can place it right down. Boom! And can you see? You can see through it still. So that's fabric, but I've turned it into washi tape. I've turned it into a tape, and it goes nicely over the edge. I like it. You know, really what I could do though also, I could have gone over the edges of this with my ink. I'm going to just do a little bit. We'll see what it looks like between the two. Not so much that it's like, oh, you did one side and you didn't do the other, but enough so that I can look at it and see what I like best. Oh, that one came up nice and easily. Okay, just right over the edge. Oh, I like the washi tape that has just a little bit of ink on it. So, to solve that problem, I can carefully, you know, try to go over. It's just not the wisest thing to do. I think I'm going to walk away from the washi tape and let it just kind of be. So now I've got that. I want to put a card in the inside. I think I'm going to use this. Well, let me see. I've got these cards right here. I think I'm going to use this. So I'm going to cut that up while I put these away. I do move on, you know, I do move on, and I have stuff left on my counter, but the reality is those little things that I have left on my counter end up inspiring me for the next part. Although I don't like them there, but you gotta be easy on myself. Alright, one more cut. Okay. There's a little piece. I'm not going to worry about backing this or making this thicker at all, because I want it to be thinner. I don't want it to carry a lot of weight. I don't want it to bulk up. I just need it to be able to move in and out of that pocket without causing a lot of problems. So let's see what happens. It's too big. Of course it's too big. How about if I do this? Okay, then I need a nice tag there. I'm going to use this and try the paper that I used yesterday. Punch that out. This is an old retired Stampin' Up! Punch. That is just a fabulous punch, but if you find it, you're going to pay an arm and a leg for it. They don't sell it anymore. But it sure is nice. Okay, so that would go in there like that. I like that. So I'm going to go ahead. Let me see though. Can this still open up? If I go like that, it could open up still. If I bend this, it makes it so it can open up. But you know what? I'm complicating it. I think I just want a piece of paper I can pull in and out. And I'm just going to use this. I'm just going to use this. So, and I'm not sure what size, but I'm going to see, let's see, how deep is that? I'm going to make it something around that deep and just whatever wide. I can always adjust. What I like about junk journaling is you don't have to be exact. I like being able to kind of go with the flow instead of having this restraints of perfectly sizing everything. Although it's nice to size things, don't get me wrong. And sometimes you have to really be particular about sizes, but it's nice to just be able to kind of go with the flow and not feel restrained. Okay, That fits in there nicely. I think I would like it just a tad bit off the edge so there isn't a drag. There's a slight drag to the paper. That's better. I think I would also like the edges punched, and I will do this size. My dog's over there whining. I don't know if you can hear her, that poor girl. And then I'm going to ink this up a bit. And let's see what we've got. That's nice. Do I still want to use this? I don't know that I do. Let me take a look here. I do want a pull tab. And I think I want lace, maybe. And flowers. And I'm thinking these. They're so tiny. But I don't want it to be square, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to fussy cut around it, which just means that you're cutting around something by hand, and it takes, instead of just cutting out a square block, so it's kind of fussy. So fussy cutting, at least that's how I think of it, the definition. Yeah. Fussy cutting. It can be really relaxing for some people. I've done it by if I'm watching a TV show and I got a book with a bunch of flowers or birds or something, just kind of sat and cut out. It's a good use of time. Multitasking. Okay, so that looks nice. Oh, that looks nice just like that. See how it kind of goes in at the same shape? So let me see, how do I want to do that? I think I'm going to put a circle on the back side. Let me see what this ridged one does. No, I don't like it. Let me see if I can go forward a little for you. It takes away too much from it. So I think what I might do is put this on a piece of cardstock and then fussy cut it once more. So I'm going to put a little glue on it and put it down and then cut it out just like I did the other one. It ain't over till it's over. Okay, that's got a little life to it. I'm debating whether I actually should add just a little bit more cardstock, just so that it doesn't get damaged as it's used. Oh, I think I might do that. Just add it. Oh, what if I added just a tad piece of guest check? Would that be interesting? No, I don't want that. The yellow took away too much from the main picture. But what I can try is like a piece of lace by it. What if I put down a piece of lace right there? No, I don't like it under it, but maybe behind the card. Just kind of peeking up. No. What if I put a pool, a little puddle of thread? Sometimes just having a little movement from something can be helpful. So I don't want it to be too uniform. I want it to be a little bit more casual, like it wasn't planned. I like that. It just creates movement. Without being heavy and too distracting. It's light and airy. So I just turned my glue gun on. I didn't have it on, so I'm going to put that there while I look and decide on my next thing that I want to do. You know, I might just kind of leave it like this, actually. And not just get too hog wild with it. So let me see. I think my gun is, it's not piping hot, but I think it's hot enough to do what I need it to do. So I'm going to lay down some glue right there, just a puddle, and then take my flour and place it in it. Yeah, I like that. And then it pulls out, and then you can write in the back. I do want to add a little color to the back there. Go ahead and do my edges, and like that. I think I like that. Okay, let's see. This is what I've got. I'm going to stop there so I don't overdo my page. So I've got a nice ticket, some cute little washi tape, and then a pull-out with a flower and some little thread. I think it's pretty. I'll stop there and then work on another page. Thanks for joining me. Bye.